Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe online cyber network. Before we embark on this journey of understanding, let us be crystal clear. The information presented here is purely for educational purposes. We seek to illuminate the principles of technology. We aim to explore how devices function and interact within our modern world. This exploration is not an endorsement. It is not an encouragement to build or use certain devices. Specifically, we will discuss Wi-Fi jammers. These devices have significant legal and ethical implications. Our goal is to foster understanding, not to promote illegal or harmful activities. Think of this as peering through a telescope at a distant, complex phenomenon. We observe, we learn, we ponder, but we do not interfere. The universe of technology is vast and ever-expanding. Within it, countless innovations shape our daily lives. Some bring convenience, others connection, and some present challenges. Understanding these technologies, even those with problematic applications, is crucial. It empowers us to make informed decisions as a society. It helps us appreciate the delicate balance of our interconnected systems. This essay delves into the mechanics and implications of Wi-Fi jammers. It does so with the sole intent of broadening our scientific and technological literacy. Consider this a thought experiment, a journey into the what if and how does it work of a specific piece of tech. Knowledge itself is a powerful tool. Like any tool, its impact depends on the user's intent and wisdom. We explore the concept of Wi-Fi jamming to understand its place in the spectrum of radio frequency technologies. We examine its potential effects on the wireless ecosystems we increasingly rely upon. Imagine the air around you seemingly empty, yet it is teeming with invisible signals, a constant ballet of information. This is the realm of Wi-Fi. Wireless fidelity, or Wi-Fi, uses radio waves to provide network connectivity. These are the same kind of waves that bring music to your radio or pictures to your television. However, Wi-Fi uses specific frequencies, typically in the 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz bands. Your router acts like a miniature radio station. It broadcasts data to your phone, your laptop, your smart devices. These devices in turn talk back, sending their own signals to the router. It's a two-way conversation, a digital dialogue. This wireless communication relies on established protocols. Think of them as the rules of grammar for this invisible language. Devices must speak the same Wi-Fi language like 802.11ac or 802.11ax to understand each other. They also agree on specific channels within those frequency bands. This is like choosing a specific radio station to avoid interference from others. When you connect to a Wi-Fi network, your device tunes into the correct channel. It then begins its data exchange with the router. This exchange happens incredibly fast, allowing us to stream movies, browse the web, and connect with people across the globe, all without physical tethers. The strength and clarity of these Wi-Fi signals are paramount for a good connection. Many things can affect them. Physical obstructions like thick walls can weaken signals. Now imagine something designed to intentionally disrupt this invisible dance. This is the fundamental idea behind a Wi-Fi jammer. A Wi-Fi jammer is a device that emits radio frequency signals. These signals are specifically designed to interfere with Wi-Fi communications. Its purpose is not to communicate, but to prevent communication. It aims to create a zone where Wi-Fi devices cannot connect to their networks, or if they are already connected, it seeks to sever that connection. It effectively blinds or deafens devices trying to use the Wi-Fi frequencies in its vicinity. This is a deliberate act of interference. Think of it like this. Wi-Fi communication is like a conversation in a quiet room. Everyone can hear each other clearly. A Wi-Fi jammer is like someone entering that room and shouting loudly and continuously. The shouting doesn't convey any meaningful information. Instead, it drowns out all other conversations. Devices trying to hear the Wi-Fi router's signal are overwhelmed by the jammer's noise. The router's signal, though still present, becomes lost in the cacophony. This prevents new connections and can drop existing ones. The jammer essentially creates a localized dead zone for Wi-Fi. The intent behind using such a device can vary, though its legality is almost universally restrictive. Some might imagine using it to enforce no Wi-Fi zones in specific controlled environments. For example, in a place where absolute silence or lack of outside communication is desired for security reasons. However, the technology itself is indiscriminate within its range. Silencing the signals. How Wi-Fi jammers operate. To understand how a Wi-Fi jammer works, we need to revisit the concept of radio frequencies. Wi-Fi operates on specific frequency bands, primarily 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. Each band is further divided into multiple channels. A Wi-Fi jammer is essentially a radio transmitter. But instead of transmitting useful data, it transmits a powerful signal of random noise or a constant unmodulated carrier wave. This noise is broadcast on the same frequencies that Wi-Fi devices use to communicate. The key is that the jammer signal is typically much stronger or more persistent than the legitimate Wi-Fi signals in its operational vicinity. The jammer doesn't need to be smart in the conventional sense. It doesn't need to understand Wi-Fi protocols or decrypt data. Its strategy is one of overwhelming interference. When a Wi-Fi-enabled device like your smartphone tries to listen for signals from a router, it encounters the jammer's noise. This noise effectively raises the noise floor. Imagine trying to hear a whisper in a crowded, noisy stadium. The whisper, the Wi-Fi signal, gets lost in the roar of the crowd, the jammer's signal. As a result, the device cannot reliably decode the router's transmissions and vice versa. Communication breaks down. More sophisticated jammers might employ techniques like frequency sweeping. Navigating the law, the strict rules around signal jamming. The legal landscape regarding Wi-Fi jammers is remarkably consistent across the globe. They are illegal. In the United States, the Communications Act of 1934, enforced by the FCC, strictly prohibits the use of jammers. This applies to cell phone, GPS, and Wi-Fi jammers alike. These devices can interfere with critical public safety and emergency communications. Imagine needing to call 911, but a jammer prevents the call. The consequences could be dire. Similar laws exist in Canada, the EU, Australia, and many other countries. Regulatory bodies like Ofcom in the UK or the ACMA in Australia have similar stances. Penalties for violating these laws can be severe, including fines and imprisonment. These strict regulations protect the integrity of the radio spectrum. Licensed services rely on clear, interference-free spectrum to operate safely. Ripples of interference, the potential dangers and drawbacks. The dangers of using Wi-Fi jammers extend far beyond simply annoying someone trying to browse the internet. The indiscriminate nature of these devices means they can unintentionally disrupt far more critical systems. Many modern security systems, for instance, rely on Wi-Fi to transmit alerts or video feeds. A jammer could disable these systems, leaving a property vulnerable without the owner's knowledge. This could facilitate theft, vandalism, or other criminal activities. The user of the jammer might not intend such consequences, but the technology itself doesn't allow for such fine distinctions in its disruptive effects. Consider the increasing use of Wi-Fi in healthcare settings. Medical devices, patient monitoring systems, and communication tools for hospital staff often utilize wireless networks. Interference from a Wi-Fi jammer in or near a hospital could delay critical alerts, disrupt the flow of patient data, or hinder communication between doctors and nurses. In such an environment, even a brief interruption could have serious, life-altering consequences. The jammer doesn't know it's near a hospital. It simply floods the designated frequencies with noise, impacting any Wi-Fi dependent device within its range. This is a profound risk. The ethical compass: knowledge, responsibility, and wireless frontiers. Exploring Wi-Fi jammers brings us face to face with ethical considerations. The primary question is about the responsible use of knowledge. Understanding how something works, even if harmful, can be valuable. It can inform better security measures and develop counter-technologies. However, this knowledge carries a responsibility not to misuse it. The line between understanding a vulnerability and exploiting it is critical. Our exploration remains on the side of understanding for constructive purposes. Intentionally disrupting communication raises significant ethical flags. Communication is fundamental to modern society. Denying Wi-Fi access can isolate individuals and disrupt businesses. Regardless of intent, jamming infringes on the rights of others. The radio spectrum is a public resource. Using a jammer pollutes this shared resource. Such actions undermine the cooperative principles of shared technologies. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber Network.